David, very good to have you on here. Professional multitasker here. This
Yeah,
is for legal reasons. This is a green screen that David is using. And also side note, he is a professional car driver, so no
this is true.
worries. Yeah, I've heard that you do those street takeovers in LA, and you're pretty dang good at those. So
Throwing tail, burning out, this and that,
right,
whatever you want.
right.
Totally safe. I actually happen to have automatic cruise control to just back me up here. So
Real
living in
quick,
the modern world. Yeah.
what kind of car are you driving? Just so we know.
I, I have a 2017 Volkswagen all-track Golf.
Okay, perfect.
Love this
So
car.
yeah, this episode is brought to you by Volkswagen, the Golf All Track.
This is
Brilliant
true.
car, I would say, David. Brilliant car. I'd love them. You know.
I love this car. It's true. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So I started. Okay. So when I was like 10, my brother, he got me into music. Basically, we were super into Jimi Hendrix and Bob Marley together. He started playing guitar, and he just kind of, yeah, I wanted to play guitar, obviously, but he convinced me to get a bass so we could jam together. And so, yeah, I didn't really want to play a bass at first. I thought like the guitar was like cooler or whatever. But then as I got more into music, I kind of just realized I really liked rhythmic and like groove based soul and funk. And it just made a ton of sense for me. And we started jamming together. I got a little Music Master short scale bass. My parents got me for my birthday when I was 10. And I actually played that bass with the soft pack for the first like 2-3 years, recorded the self-titled album with that same bass that I got when I was 10 years old. It's a great little bass. And I still have it. I'll never get rid of it.
I was gonna ask, is it still in rotation? Do you still own it? Yeah.
I still own it. Yeah, I have a couple other basses that I play now more, but I like the full. But yeah, I'll never get rid of that thing. It's my little baby.
Yeah, sure. I mean, hey, it's seen some stuff.
Yeah.
So around 10-ish is when you get into the bass.
Yeah, and then I just like fell in love with it. Got really into, I don't know, you're 10, listened to some Primus, got into like bass stuff like Victor Wooten. It's kind of a nerd, but started getting into slapping. I was really into funk.
Yeah.
And I
And
was really into punk rock too. I was into it, everything. I just like really love music from like a young age.
mhm. And were you kind of getting into these things by yourself, or was it with your brother that you guys are kind of finding this new music, or maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. My brother kind of got me into a lot of the classic rock stuff, like Led Zeppelin, Hendrix, and Sly Family Stone. I think one of the biggest influences on me at a young age, though, is probably the Dead Presidents soundtrack. You know that movie?
Who's in it?
Oh man, I forget the actors. They were who is? It's been a long time. It's about these bank robbers that wear these masks and stuff. Had an amazing soundtrack with a bunch of
Ah,
like Sly Family Stone, Curtis Mayfield, Isaac Hayes. Really incredible soundtrack. Total 90s heist kind of movie. Really good, but the soundtrack was amazing. So that really got me into like soul music. That was, my brother got me into that stuff, funk and groove. It's kind of where my heart's always been, although I like all kind of stuff, and it was just really fun playing with the soft pack and going fast and loud. I like that too. I don't know.
was that was that kind of a shift, if you will, when you ended up joining that band later on?
For me, it was a little bit, yeah. I I think I kind of just my style playing. I always played with my fingers, uh, so it was a bit of a shift. But I feel like we had songs that were pretty dynamic as well. I mean, we were definitely in that kind of post-punk, fast and loud camp, but we had some slower songs. And really, at the end of the day, for me, I just love a good song, and I just thought Matt and Maddie we wrote some great stuff. And then when they asked me to join the band, I just like didn't even think twice. I was just super down. I was like fresh out of college. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, and I was just like, "Yep, been.
Was that one of the earliest bands that you became a part of?
Yeah, I mean, I played in some like stuff in high school, and I jammed with some people in college. But that was like, yeah, kind of like the first like real band I ever really became a part of, where we
Yeah.
played shows and like did touring for sure. Still, I mean, I'm in a band now. We're not like doing what Softpack did, but we're playing some shows. But yeah, haven't been in too many bands.
So
All
was
good.
this in San Diego at this time when you were joining the softback, right?
Yeah, it was like 2007 or 8, 2008. I think we moved together to LA in like the end of 2008. I don't know, one of those years. They had been a band, I think, for almost a year or something. They were working on an album for a while. They had a few different bass players, I think, and drummers. They hadn't really solidified their lineup. And then, yeah, just it asked me to join. We had some practices. It did a show. It really kind of gelled. It felt really good. And I've just like known Matt since I was 12 years old. Went to high school with Maddie. Matt and I met each other on the beach, actually, boogie boarding, and we became fast friends. So he was like one of my closest friends already, and I was following what they were doing. And uh, it was cool. Like at the time, I was like a pretty green, in the music scene. I had gone to shows down in San Diego, like Shake Cafe, but like I was still, my musical education was in its kind of infancy state as far as like even knowing bands like fucking the Wipers or the Smiths. So it was like I was pretty green on the scene, but those guys were really cool and they didn't give a shit about any of that. They just wanted, you know, yeah, I don't know. I think it actually maybe that was appealing to them in a way. But I learned fast and I loved everything that they were doing and I was really excited and I gave it my all and it was best one of the best times experience of my life for sure.
That's
What we ended
awesome.
up doing.
So you had a relationship with everybody prior to being in the band.
Yeah, like I knew. So yeah, they asked me to join. There was this drummer Gabe that was playing. So we didn't have Brian yet. I knew Matt. Maddie and I were in woodshop together. He was a couple grades above me. And he had seen me play bass with some like battle of the bands and some like parties, high school parties. I used to play with this kind of jammy band. We used to cover like Black Sabbath songs and play some like kind of jammed out, like stoned out kind of music. And so he knew I was, and I knew he was. He was a total character. He was a baseball player, kind of a jock, but not really. He was kind of a punk jock. Always had these like tall socks. He was a character, man. But so I don't know. We all were just kind of kindred spirits. We were little oddballs. We weren't like I didn't feel like any of us really belonged so much in the music scene in San Diego, but we all kind of bonded in that way. Uh, Nothing against the music scene. It was great for us, and we have some great friends down there. But yeah, we just kind of came in a little bit from the outside.
Were you familiar with the Muslims, the precursor to the softback for those who don't know? Were you familiar with their music that they were putting out before pre
Uh,
softback?
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I went to their very first show. It was great over at the Beauty Bar in San Diego, and I was just like so proud of my friends. I thought they were making some great music, and it really hit. It was like one of those really amazing shows. Like, whoa, there's like a buzz, and they kind of just like after that first show. I mean, yeah, they got a lot of opportunities after that in San Diego, and I went back to college. I actually was studying abroad, and they're kind of, and when they started playing a lot, and I was following them from that, and I was just like, oh, I wish I was there. I want to be fucking playing with these guys, like. So I was stoked when I came back. I kind of came in at the tail end when they were recording that the Muslims album, and I was on two or three of the songs of that. So I did play in the band as when we were called the Muslims. I think we were the Muslims for at least the first like year, 2 years or something. And I played on like I think 3 songs on that record. What were we saying? Muslims. I was in the Muslims. We changed the name together. Great album. Played on a few songs. Kind of did the bass line for Beside Myself. And it just, yeah, it was just super fun, you know. We had a good time. We had a good time. Can't believe it was like 15 years ago or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, does it feel like it's been that long?
I mean, it does and it doesn't. Some parts of it feel like it was just yesterday, but then you look, yeah, you see pictures like, whoa, it looked like a baby, you know. But we were babies in a lot of ways. But yeah, it feels like a while ago. But I can remember a lot of it so vividly. It was just great.
You're entering the Muslims around 2008 ish, 2007, 2008.
Yeah, yeah, maybe it was like end of 2007 or something. Because I think we moved to LA together in like the spring of 2008.
Yeah, and what was that move like for you? Were you excited for that? Were you like, yeah, we got to get out of San Diego, or
Yeah, for sure. I was excited. I'd spent a little bit of time in LA before. It was just a new city growing up in San Diego, just pretty ready for a change, you know? And LA was just kind of a big, exciting place. It's different. Yeah, I was excited to move up there for sure. I'm still here.
had a little bit of change of scenery here, but we're
Yeah.
back. We're back,
Okay.
David.
Okay.
Uh
On your toes now.
yeah. Now we're really in it.
Yeah.
Going kind of taking a step back for a minute here. Why did you end up taking the place of playing bass in the band initially? Was it something, did they need another bassist, or
I think no one else had like really committed to, they wanted like someone that would just be in the band all the time. And I think maybe they just didn't feel like I don't know. I think they just people who had their I don't know, no one really committed to really wanted to do it all.
Hmm.
So they were looking for something. I don't know, maybe ask them. Well, you already did. I think like they just no one else. They had yeah, we were just old friends. I think it seemed right. I think they didn't have anyone that like everyone else had like different stuff going on in their lives. I don't think they wanted to tour and stuff, and I was down to tour or whatever.
when you came back from school, from being abroad, and then you came back, and that's when you kind of entered, right? At that point,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
was your thought like, okay, I want to get back into playing music, or
Yeah.
did it just okay? You were actively trying to find something to join.
Yeah, I mean, I just really was wanting to do music. I was trying, I was working on, I was recording stuff on my computer or whatever. Just wanted to do something in music.
Yeah. So how long were you in San Diego for with the band before making the move?
I think it might not have even been a full year. Might not have even been a full year, maybe like 6 months even. They were already talking about wanting to go to LA. I think that was kind of part of it too, maybe. Like they wanted someone that was down to move to LA, which I was. I can't remember actually. That was really part of it. I think we moved to LA, like I said, like spring of 2008. So it was pretty soon after I joined. I think it was less than a year,
Wow.
I think. Yeah.
That is pretty soon. Did you join when Brian joined, or was he already kind of a part of it and then you came?
No, Brian joined after me. There was this guy that was playing Gabe and Brian, he had been in the plot to blow up the Eiffel Tower and this band The Prayers, and he's just a great dude. We all kind of admired his drumming. And he's just such a nice guy and
I'll
really
take your word for it. I never talked to the guy, but yeah. No.
yeah.
Brian's amazing. Really, really good
Yeah,
guy.
he's one of my best friends up here. Just hung out with him the other night. But yeah, so I think like yeah, I was kind of like dream drummer. We were all just like, should we ask Brian to get I think it was the same kind of deal. Gabe, he wasn't down to move to LA and stuff. And um Gabe was a great guy too. But we asked Brian and he was down and we were all really stoked when he said yeah. And I think yeah, I played like handful of shows maybe. without Brian in San Diego. And then maybe he joined like a few months after me, maybe not even a few months. I don't know. It all kind of happened fast, a long time ago, Jacob.
If not for this band, do you think you would have eventually made the trek?
I don't know, man. I think the band saved my life, got me out of San Diego. I don't know what I would have done, really.
Did you feel
Maybe,
like when Brian came in that it was a new or it was finally fully formed, the band in a sense?
yeah, it really gelled with Brian, and we were very much like a band,
Yeah.
Just we practiced all the time. It felt like we were like a sports team, kind of, we put a lot of time into it, worked on a lot of, and then we started really working on music together. Like that, the self-titled Soft Pack album was pretty collaborative. And we all kind of brought ideas and worked together. We switched instruments and stuff. That was yeah, it seemed like, that's what everyone wanted. That's what Matt and Maddie they wanted to be like collaborative, like real band. Everyone always loved like bands like REM or like, I don't know. Yeah, it seemed like there hasn't, yeah, I wanted to be a band. That was like kind of the idea. Um, so yeah, it was cool. We practiced a lot, you know. It was fun, definitely.
Right.
Probably practice like 5 days a week, at least.
Also not much. Yeah.
Not too much, yeah. I don't know.
Was that the first release of the soft pack? It was Extinction. Do I have that correctly?
I think so, yeah. The 7 inch, I think it was Extinction, yeah.
And was that recorded down in San Diego or up in LA?
That was in San Diego, yeah.
Okay, so you were coming to LA with a soft pack release.
We didn't have a soft pack release. We were just playing the Muslim songs when we
Mhm.
came to LA, and we were starting to work on new songs. That's when we were like practicing a lot. We were working on the new stuff, but that album was pretty much done by the time I joined the band, minus like two. Yeah, it was done. They had that album kind of in the bag. Yeah, they did have it done. I think I was on one song that we like kind of wrote beside myself. We like worked that out, and I think it came up with the bass line. But other than that, the whole thing was done. I played on like I think one or two other songs, and they like I played like the bass line they already had or whatever.
Right. What was the creation of the new kind of songs like for you? Really getting a taste in those early days of creating something that it was your ideas, being involved with the band.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like we were all just jamming a lot, you know. We would just throw a bunch of shit against the wall until something stick or like something that would resonate with Matt because he was kind of the creative director and Maddie too. They were like the leaders of the band for sure, but we all kind of brought ideas. And so, yeah, we were just kind of jamming a lot and seeing what worked and kind of came out organically. It was pretty natural, kind of flowy process. We'd record demos and just listen back and tweak the stuff here or there. But yeah, I would come up with some bass lines, whatever, sometimes come up with some guitar stuff, or like get on the keyboard or whatever. Or we'd all kind of like workshop the songs too. I think we all trusted each other's taste, and so we were just, yeah.
Did you know exactly what needed to be done musically or what everybody was trying to strive for? Was that organic as well, or did you kind of have to pivot your brain in a way like, okay, we're kind of going for this sound?
Like me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I did have to kind of pivot my brain probably because there was like a sound that I wasn't totally like it wasn't my like natural like place to be. Like I said, I was kind of always more into like groove and funk and stuff. So, but I think it kind of added a cool element to it. I think I was able to kind of swing some of those bass lines a bit, even though it was pretty rock and straight ahead. Um, but yeah, I did shift, and I had to do some homework, and kind of like learn about the Wipers and stuff, which I love, one of my favorite bands. So it was a real fun journey for me personally, like learning about a lot more music and stuff.
Right. Did you feel like the moving to LA was like a new chapter for the band in a sense?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Did it feel not not super different, but it had just different energy to it, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, there have been some shows in LA. Like I might have even played one of them with the band or something. Yeah, so there were some friends up there. They became friends with Mika Miko and Abe Vigoda and stuff. So we kind of had we had some people we could hang out with. There's a little scene we were able to kind of get into up here. Um, but yeah, it felt good, it felt fresh, felt like expansive and like new vistas and pastures to yeah, I don't know, it was cool. And LA was kind of it's a little more, it was different back then. It wasn't as like gentrified out, like no one was really in Highland Park yet or anything, and Echo Park was just, still kind of gritty, and we were just walking around and I don't know, going
Where
probably
were you located at when you
drinking
first
too
moved out
much.
here?
Maddie and I lived on Alvarado Street, like Alvarado and Sunset. We had a house. Um, and then we that thing kind of fell through. I moved into a couple different places, like rented a random room. We started touring a lot, and that place was like kind of expensive, so we kind of split up and got into like more affordable options. We weren't really making money. I was working at Cafe Stella in the kitchen at the time, and we were just kind of trying to make ends meet, paying like got into a place that was like $600 a month rent instead of like 750 or something. Yeah,
That's steep. That $600 is
I
steep.
know. It was a while ago. But
So
yeah,
it
so we moved into a place together when we first moved out here, but then we split up, for kind of affordability reasons and stuff.
right.
Yeah.
So you didn't move here or move to LA thinking that it was a surefire thing with this band. You're like, let's just try something new and see what happens. Was that your thought process moving?
I think at that time we had some shit going, and we were just like, we were all really kind of enthusiastic about giving it a full ass effort.
Yeah.
So we all like were definitely committed and wanted to really kind of make it.
Mhm.
So we took every opportunity we could get and just played as many shows as could, and we got to toured, once things we went to New York early and played some shows out there, like, and then like things started happening. We got like a manager, got on some label and stuff, and it was cool. Kind of happened pretty fast, By the time 2009 rolled around, playing in front of more people and stuff.
Wow. So that was really fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. Yeah, it was pretty well. I mean, the first tour we did, we like booked it ourselves, and like no one came. We drove up the West Coast with our friends from San Diego, the Stash. And yeah, that was a wild, freaking debaucherous little run. No one really came. Yeah, we played so many shows too in front of no one, also, but yeah, it was just a little bit it was back in MySpace. We were like such a MySpace band too, so I mean that was pretty cool though. I thought MySpace was pretty good for bands back then.
How do you feel about it now being for bands?
I mean, did anyone use it anymore?
I think that we got to start it up again. That's what I
I
think.
think we kind of do too. I don't think it's as good. I don't think Instagram's as good as MySpace. I don't even know, is Instagram even good for bands? It's just like an image thing, or I don't know.
I feel like it is. I
Yeah.
always at the end of these interviews, I always try to do some pro, and I always shout out the Instagram because I feel like people are always on that, and it's like way easier for people to be like, all right, well, let me just like hear a little snippet or like see like, oh, they're playing by me or something. I don't know. That's how I feel, but I might
Yeah.
be wrong, and maybe
Yeah.
people need to switch it to MySpace.
I don't know. Yeah, I've never been a big social media guy, but I have an Instagram account. I'm not super active on it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm
You're
just
always posting memes and stuff, though. I see them. I go, oh, okay, this is yeah, this is
sometimes I mess around. Yeah.
was there a point um in these early days that solidified like, oh, this is actually something, like we actually got something really going here?
Yeah, I mean, like those shows in San Diego, like, yeah, they're really exciting, and Yeah, just like I don't it's hard to explain. It just playing in that band, I don't know, it just felt really powerful, you know, we really kind of I think from the day one, I think, you know, early on it felt like, whoa, we're really like making a big sound here and it's feeling strong, you know. It's hard to explain. I think yeah, I think we always believed in ourselves, you know. I always believed in it from like the first show I saw them play, you know, and
Not even being in it, but
not even
you saw
being
the
in it.
potential.
Yeah, it was really into what they were doing before I joined. And so like I yeah, I don't know. Just I maybe you're young and dumb too. You're just like, fuck it, you're a little but you know, we were very enthusiastic. Maddie was a great cheerleader, you know. He was such like a motivational member of the band. It's like he's like maybe that's the sports guy in him or whatever. He always was good at rallying us up and stuff. So it was super fun. But um yeah, I don't know. It just I think like when we played CMJ in New York, that's when we really and then like we were talking to some labels and stuff. And we did have a manager at that point who came on. But yeah, that's when it really started to feel like, whoa, we might be like a national band now. And people are really feeling this, you know.
Yeah.
Or we did South by Southwest too early on. But yeah, when we started getting outside of the states and people were like in our band, we were like, whoa, this is maybe happening. This is great, you know.
And how old are you at this time? 2008, 2009, or
I was
2009, 2010?
25, maybe 24. I was the
Wow.
youngest one in the band. Yeah.
Was there a point that that you knew that it was like, okay, now we are at this stage, now we are a national band, and there is some buzz, there is some legitimacy to this.
Yeah, probably CMJ because everything started happening really fast after that. I think that was like the end of 2009. And I think that was the end of 2009. Maybe it was 2010. I think we put out that self-titled album in 2010. Yeah, things just started happening real fast. We did some tours and some of it's kind of a blur now, but we just started touring a lot with whomever. We did tour with Male Bonding. I don't even know which order this is. We did Kurt Vile, manager, got us out to the UK a bunch. We got to play with like Phoenix and Franz Ferdinand. Like 2010 to like 11, we were playing with all these like opening for the Breeders and stuff. And we got to have all these amazing experiences and play on some big stages and do these festivals and shit. It just started really going. And I mean, it wasn't like we were still working our way up, you know, but yeah, then we got to play David Letterman, and that was of course, and then we did that.
Phoenix and Franz Ferdinand at that time, those were like really big bands.
Yeah, got to play like the Greek Theater, and we got to even open for Franz Ferdinand in Scotland at the Berrigan's and stuff, like huge freaking old haunted venue in Glasgow. Played like 2 nights. That was fucking crazy, dude. I can't even believe we did that shit.
Yeah. I
But
asked Brian about this, that the Fences cover of Phoenix
oh
that you
yeah.
guys did. And I always love that, and please go check that out. It's a great cover.
Yeah.
Do you recall recording that? Was that around that time?
Yeah, we did that cover. That was interesting. Yeah, I love that too. I didn't play bass. Actually, Maddie played bass on that.
Oh wow.
He's a great. Yeah, I love that bass line he did. We would switch instruments a lot. I played guitar on that one actually. Um, yeah, yeah, that was fun. I really like that cover. Yeah,
And Matt was just singing.
Matt was just singing. I think
Or was it Brian?
Brian must have been playing drums.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, go check out that cover. It's a great
yeah,
cover of that
I like
song.
that one.
Do you have a favorite though from that era that you guys were playing a lot?
Yeah, I think when we played Pull Out or Parasites or I like the latest album we did, Strapped. I thought there was some great songs on there too. Tall Boy and Bobby Brown. But yeah, during that area we were playing a lot, probably Parasites, Pull Out, and Mexico is always fun to play, kind of a more mellow song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those wound up on the self-titled first
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
And was that self-released, that one?
That one was on Kamado Records.
Motto. Okay.
Yeah. Like that was right before the Mexican Summer imprint. Yeah.
Hmm. Was that a big turning point for you as well to have a full release?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we recorded that out in New York. Yeah, we had like studio time. We got like signed to a label and got to do that whole thing and had a producer and stuff. Eli Janney, great guy. We were just, yeah, we were in the studio. We recorded that album. We like wrote the album, before, and then we got it in the studio for about a month. It was during in August. I think we recorded August 2009, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday.
Uh when you're developing these new songs to eventually go on that album, how did you feel kind of unveiling them in front of an audience for the first couple of times? You recall the feeling of that?
Yeah, we were super excited. Yeah, we felt good, And
Yeah.
then, yeah, we were very excited to share the new songs.
Do
Yeah.
you still feel that sentiment now when you're releasing a new song to an audience?
Yeah, I'm excited to share new stuff. I mean, I think part of the process of making music is like you just got to get it out there, You got to get it out of the computer, be done with it and move on.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's just, yeah, nowadays the music I'm making, I just kind of do it with my buddy Carl. We have a group called Fun Country. I don't know. It's just we play shows around here. Would love for something to happen with it, but it's really just out of love. Just making songs, releasing them and stuff. But yeah, but it's easier now without like deadlines and stuff to just sit on something for too long, or we all got our regular lives, girlfriends or whatever, and just kind of. But yeah, I'm more trying to get some stuff out now, trying to finish some things out. But well, yeah, but when we're on the label and you got dates, and I mean, there's something to be said for having a little bit of a deadline, a little fire under your ass, make it happen. But yeah.
Yeah. When something is released, a physical copy or something, or it's just out of the computer, are you able to let go of it? Like, okay, that it just lives. It lives on in its current form, and not to be like, oh, well, maybe it shouldn't sound like that and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I love, yeah, I can let go of it for sure. I mean, there might be something that you're like, I could have done that better. But yeah, by the time it usually comes out, you've been sitting on it for so long, you kind of hate the thing and you want to just be ready to move on, want to make a new song, but
Yeah. Do
yeah.
you look at a blank slate like that as daunting, or as like, all right, great, like the slate's wiped clean, I can work on something else? Or is it like, oh, I have to work on something else now and there's nothing to pull from?
I don't know. I guess sometimes it's daunting. I never really like to force it if the ideas aren't coming. You got to sit down and try to like put yourself in the place where you could do it, but sometimes it's just not happening. Uh, but I wouldn't say it's daunting. I think I don't know, you just got to try to find what makes you excited, I think, but I don't really feel like I need to write music right now, you know?
Yeah.
But I do like, I guess I do just because I like doing it. It's something I love and it's like a practice. I like to, keep going. And I just like good songs. I don't even know why the hell I do it sometimes. I just keep doing it. I don't know if everyone's gonna, anything's gonna happen, but I like making songs and I'll probably just keep putting them out on Spotify or whatever.
We're good. A lot of
Yeah.
people are on there so they can hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
The album that came out after the self-titled was the Strapped one, right? That was the next release.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when did that come out? Like 2 years after the self-titled one did?
I think it was 2 years. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
at that point, was there a different feeling in the band?
was there a different feeling in the band? I think we were a little tired. We were a little, we wanted to produce it ourselves. We wanted to have a little more creative control. We had been freaking touring a lot. It took a toll on on us. I think a bit, it took a bit of an emotional toll and as well just a physical toll. You know, we all had a lot of love for each other for sure. But when you're touring, like I think we were touring like 7, 9 months out of the year, and you just feel like you're living this ghost life. It's kind of a mind fuck. You're not sleeping enough. You don't feel like you live anywhere, and you're just pretty tired. It's hard work, you know? And we were drinking too much for a lot of that time, probably, which didn't help. Um, So by the time we wrote Strapped, it took a long time. It was a fun album to write for sure. We like we're doing it all ourselves. We, like hired our own engineer. We recorded it here in LA. I think there's some really great songs on there. Um, but we were yeah, I don't know. We were kind of tired, and I think like by the time it came out, we wanted it to go well, but yeah, I don't know. I was happy when it came out though. It didn't really, I don't think that album it didn't do as well as the one before, you know.
Why do you think the one before really jumped out at people?
I don't know.
Looking back on it now after some years, is there something that you've found? It's like, oh, maybe it was that, or
Yeah.
I know these are the difficult questions, David.
Totally.
We're kind of in
Maybe
here now.
maybe it's like a timing thing. I think it could be a mixture of things.
Mhm.
Maybe our sound evolved a little bit on Strapped in a way that some of our fans weren't really expecting. I think a lot of our fans were like older, like rock dudes, and I think we got a little more dynamic even with like a song like Bobby Brown or something. Um, Maybe we were a little tired in the process of making it. Took kind of a long time. There was 2 years that went by, so maybe we didn't like strike it when the iron was hot enough, but I couldn't really tell you, Jacob. Did the best we could at the time, and just
Well,
put it out.
let me tell you, David. I think you guys did a great job.
Thanks, man.
That's from my end. All right,
Okay.
I speak for everybody when I
Okay.
say that. Yeah, it definitely did seem like you guys were incorporating different elements with I want to say a keyboard, or it was some sort of a keyboard that was mixed into some of those songs, at least live of what I've seen. There's different elements being added into that Strapped album.
Yeah. Yeah, we put some horns in there, added some more keyboards and stuff. I think like I don't know, we were always it's not like we kind of liked all types of music. We're all like huge Bowie fans and Lou Reed and I don't know, Roxy music. So I think we wanted to kind of expand the sound and not just be like a garage post-punk band or whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Maybe the fans wanted us to stay in the hard and fast zone or something. Although there were some mellow songs. I don't really know. Couldn't really tell you, you know.
We're getting to the bottom of it. I'm doing a dissertation on it. I'll let you proofread
Yeah.
it, but yeah, I'm doing different
Yeah.
interviewing different people on this and such. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, After that, there's a time about 2012 now, right? Around this
Uh,
era of Strapped,
2012. Yeah. 2000.
2012, 2013.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When did did you feel like it was kind of winding down at this point? Um, when you were kind of playing shows around that era?
little bit. We did a couple tours. People weren't showing up as much, I think, if I can recall. We did we had a good booking agent and everything, and like it was, yeah, there was some morale, but there was some morale killing kind of moments. Maybe not killing, but
Hurting.
when you have to cancel a show in Detroit when you're in the middle of a tour because the promoters didn't sell enough tickets and your booking agent's calling you and be like, man, I'm sorry guys, we gotta just kind of rethink this for you're like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
so it started. Yeah, there was things like that were happening, and then we did like we did like our last tour was in Europe actually, and it was in the middle of a winter, and it was, yeah, it was just this is kind of a slog. Not a lot of people were coming to the shows, and I think we were just really tired, and um we needed like a break, I think. And yeah, we never really like officially broke up. I think we just like we need to not do this for a while, and we never really got back together after that.
So the last show for that time it was in Europe. Did you guys play another show when you guys got back off of that tour?
No, I think our last show was actually here in LA at Echo Park Rising.
Mm.
I want to say it was 2013, maybe 2012. It was like in the summertime. It was like after that. It was like probably like a couple months after. It was like a few months after the European tour. Yeah.
And was there the feeling that was like, okay, we kind of, or was that a mutual feeling that we all kind of got to step back from this for a bit?
It was confusing. It felt like it could go either way, but it did feel like we were all just pretty, I don't know. I think we like at least needed a break or something. And I think we had just been kind of grinding for a while. And I think it was Matt who was just like, he kind of like was like, guys, I think we need to love what we've done together. But I think I don't want to play shows for a while. And let's just take a break from this for a second. And we just kind of went on like an undefined hiatus and never really got it back together. But
What was your reaction when that conversation was happening?
you know, it was a bummer for sure, but I feel like yeah, I was tired too, and I understood where he was coming from, and I think we were all kind of feeling the same way. Like we just wanted to kind of have normal lives for a second and just like live somewhere and like not
Didn't
be running.
actually live there.
Yeah, like so I think in a way I was a little bit relieved because we were tired and just touring a lot. It's like to just have like a bit of more of a normal life seemed kind of nice. I don't think any of us are like super, we were never like, I mean, we hit the road hard, but I don't, there's some people out there that are total like lifers and total God love that. I mean, I don't know if I didn't realize, I mean, I thought I was kind of a lifer in the beginning, but after you do it for a while and tour like we did, it's fucking hard. It's bad for your health. And I think, yeah, I was, it was sad for sure, but it was also a little bit of a relief too. It's like, okay, maybe I could just chill out and like live in LA for a while and not have to worry about the calendar being filled up with shows. Because it's like a weird feeling when you have like a calendar full of all these shows. You're just like, you're on the hook, and your time's always accounted for, even if it's not like, it's almost like a 24-hour kind of job in some way, especially when you're on tour.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand why you didn't want to do it, David. I don't understand why that's not always go 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 go. It's not your kind of thing, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Maybe we all turned 30 too, and we're just like, yeah, but I don't know. You get a little older. It's kind of a young man's game touring like that. But there's people that do it. I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
love to tour again a little bit, but I don't think I'd want to grind it out like 6 months out of the year. I don't know. If we could do like some like fly-in dates or something, it'd be sweet. I bet that's so ideal. So it depends. I mean, if the money's there, people are lining up around the block. That's the other thing too. It's like we were on. It's like, yeah, it's a bummer when like booking agents calling you, telling you have to cancel shit, and in the middle of
Yeah.
Ohio and freaking trying to dodge tornadoes and you're canceling shows and you're depressed and you're smelling everyone's farts in the van and you're just like, okay, this is fucking sucks. It's actually fucking sucks right now. But it's okay. It's a bipolar kind of lifestyle, you know. The shows are always fun. It's always a release, you know, but
Yeah. Uh, so this is in 2013-ish when
yeah, I think
we're
like
talking
12,
about
13, yeah.
12 or 13. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask your opinion on this. Kind of taking a step back, or maybe around the same time, when Answer to Yourself, uh,
Oh yeah,
kind of
I love that song too. That was a favorite of mine too.
when you got the word that that was going to be added to the Grand Theft Auto soundtrack, what was your reaction to that?
Oh man, I don't even know. I kind of just didn't even really pay attention to a lot of that stuff. It was cool, but actually I don't I yeah. I wasn't like I wasn't a huge video game guy. I thought that was a big deal though. I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad, yeah. That song did that, yeah, that song did a lot. Um, yeah, that was cool.
Did
I
you
don't know.
feel like that was going to be a hit when
Yeah,
you
that
were
one felt like
recording
we were
it?
making a big song, I think, when we made it. I don't think it was gonna be as popular as it was. Probably one of our more popular songs, I guess. But it was a good it wasn't my favorite song actually, but it was one of the top ones. I think yeah, it was fun to play. I love playing that song. I love playing the bass line on that.
Yeah. This is kind of an impossible question, but is there a favorite? Is there a
Uh,
favorite song? Or
um
or or maybe it's just a favorite for right now as we're recording this.
uh yeah, I liked which one? Yeah, I don't know, man. Really like the song "Right or Wrong" from the first album, the Muslim song "Right or Wrong." I really
Right.
liked, "Beside Myself." Yeah, one single favorite. It's really hard.
Yeah,
Bobby
this
Brown.
is
I
a
really like Bobby Brown. I thought that was a cool direction that we could have gone in. Yeah, maybe Bobby Brown was one of my favorites. Paris. I don't know, man. I liked their band. You know, we had a lot of good songs. I thought, but
yeah. I feel you on that. I share that sentiment.
thanks, man.
If the band was went on, let's say another album came out in another 2 years, from 2012 2014, do you feel like you the band would have gone on to explore even more sounds, even got straight away more from the initial sound?
I think I think so, yeah. Sorry.
No, it's
My
it's
girlfriend
not.
showing up.
It's all right.
Uh
But yeah, maybe.
I think we would have kept exploring some more sounds, yeah. Um, but who's to know? I think we were moving in that direction for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's a good answer. It's a good answer, David. I like it.
no worries.
Uh, so I mean, we touched on this a little bit ago. Fun Country,
Oh yeah.
was that the next musical project that you became a part of after um the softback kind of took a hiatus?
Yeah, definitely. I Carl and I, my friend Carl Harder's music friend, we started jamming together in like probably 2017,
Oh, so
20.
there was a sizable gap there.
Yeah, probably a good little gap. I was always like fiddling around in the studio and working on stuff and recording, but didn't really put anything out. And then we kind of gelled and we started collaborating and we just released an album ourselves in 2018, put it on Spotify.
So 2016 though is when you kind of started
I think so,
getting the itch.
2017, yeah. And then yeah, we played some shows. You know, it wasn't again just kind of did ourselves, kind of did it out of the love and Still making some. Then we had an EP and we put another EP out in 2020, I think. And we're working on a new album right now.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So you didn't feel the need to strike when the iron is hot at that point. You felt like you just kind of had to detach a bit from making music, uh,
Like right after the soft pack.
right at the soft pack. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Just kind of got into whatever. Yeah, just kind of took some space, waiting for the ideas to come, I guess, stuff to flow. Yeah. But I really love funk country. I feel like it's kind of, yeah, it's music I've always wanted to like make, kind of a little more groove, little dark in tone, a little more groove oriented.
That's
Uh,
your roots.
I think that is my roots.
Yeah.
And love working with Carl. He's a fellow bass player too. He's an amazing bass player. So it's like fun collaborating with him. And yeah, we're both, he loves jazz music. And yeah, I just think there's a lot of freedom in that band to just kind of do whatever. And yeah, so yeah, I'm really excited about the new stuff we're working on. Actually, I wish I had something I could share. We're gonna put out some stuff real soon.
Did you feel like you were moving into a new era of music with Fun Country, though?
Yeah, definitely. I think yeah, it was a different sound. Um, it's just like a duo. It's just Carl and I producing, recording, rotating, bringing other people in. It's kind of a different process for sure. Recording out of the house and taking our time with it and just kind of tweaking and twisting the knobs over, not having like the pressure of like being in the studio or whatever, but can make it take longer though too.
Yeah. Sometimes longer is better.
Sometimes longer is better.
Sometimes
Sometimes. Yeah, we
circumstantial.
need to get these out though. They're starting to burn a hole in my. Yeah, I want to get these songs out real soon for sure.
Good. Well,
Yeah,
they're coming.
they're coming. Yeah,
Let me assure you, they're coming.
thank you.
Um, has the way that you listen and make music changed and evolved from when you first started getting into music in general and then going on to making it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's always evolving. I think like you just. I mean, yes and no. I think like on some level, it's like cooking. You just try to make what tastes good. You record something, you give it time, you sit with it, you listen back, see how you feel. And then it's just like one of those, you just when you're like, that's the one, that's the take. It's kind of a long process for me sometimes, or sometimes it's a quick process too. But I don't know. You just try to find that feeling, I guess, when you feel like you hit something right, and you're proud of it. And you play it for other people and you don't feel embarrassed or something. Yeah. But
Right.
you always feel maybe a little embarrassed.
Um, David, I really do appreciate you coming on, man. It really does mean a lot to me and
Thanks.
so all the members of the Soft Pack for coming on. A pleasure to have you guys all on, and I appreciate you kind of coming on to complete the not the trio, but whatever a four thing would be, not whatever the word
Quartet.
is.
We're a quartet, yeah.
Quartet. Okay, yeah. Or a
All good,
quad
man.
something. Anyways, either way, I do appreciate you coming on, David. And real quick with
Yeah.
the softback, I saw a video recently this last year, 2023. Were all you guys playing together for the
Yeah.
benefit show for the member of Hot Snakes? I'm forgetting his name at the moment.
Rick Froberg, yeah. Yeah, we all got back together first time playing in 10 years. We did some cover songs for his memorial. He was a good friend of ours.
It's San Diego resident.
San Diego, yeah, San Diego guy. Yeah, he died suddenly from a heart attack in June, and yeah, it was super sad. Matt had a solo show like about a month before he died, and I came down to that show, and Brian unfortunately wasn't there that night, but I just came to see Matt play, but Rick was there, and then like Matt had been playing a couple soft pack songs. They like asked me to play a song then. Like we hadn't practiced in 10 years. I'm like, shit, sure, all right, whatever. I think I can remember them. And yeah, it was super fun. We played it like, it felt like just yesterday. We played the songs. It was rad. And Rick was there and he was super happy. And then like a month later, he died, and it was just freaking, we were all pretty freaking, yeah, pretty gutted over that one for sure. And then they did the memorial and asked us to play some of Rick's favorite songs.
That's tragic that did happen, but it's great that you guys got together and played some songs in his honor. That's
Yeah, it was
awesome.
a major honor. That definitely was an honor to do that.
And Tijuana Panthers were also a part of that as well.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they're good friends of ours. Great band. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic band.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing great.
Yeah. Shout out to the Tijuana Panthers as well. Also covered Right and Wrong.
Oh, they did.
And
That's right.
their covers amazing as well.
How about that?
Yeah. Anyways, so that's fantastic that you guys were able to get together to do something.
Yeah, that was cool to get back together for sure.
Yeah. So new album coming out soon from Softpack. You heard it here first.
Okay, yeah. Never know. You never know what the future holds. We'll see.
Well, again, David, I really appreciate coming on. And before I let you go, I got some promo to do here. So as we were just talking about the most recent project that you're in, Fun Country,
Yeah.
everything's everywhere, right? All the music that's been put out so
Yeah,
far.
it's all on Spotify. We have a Bandcamp as well. I don't think the EP is on the Bandcamp. That's kind of bad. We should probably do that. But Spotify, we're on streaming. We're all the streamers, you know.
Wherever you stream your music, that's where you could find it. And yeah, the Bandcamp is funcountry.bandcamp.com, and go support that. It's great music. And did I say the Instagram already?
Yeah,
Or
we do have an Instagram, Fun Country
yeah,
LA. Yeah.
yeah. Go
Yeah.
follow him on Instagram at Fun Country LA on it, and it's all no underscores on that, just full
Yeah.
across.
Yeah.
And of course, go stream Softpack's music as well. Go dive into that if you haven't listened to it. Go check it out, and if you already have, go back and check it out because it's amazing. And do we have anything else to promote, David?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that about covers it, Jacob. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And new Fun Country stuff coming out soon. So again, go follow him on Instagram to keep up to date.
Yeah.
All right, David, you're awesome. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. It's a
I'm gonna
pleasure.
stop recording this. I'll talk to you in a minute. All right.
Okay, sure.
Cool. Thank you, man.